Shalom. Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So we give all praise and glory to the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, for He's worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah to His holy name, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's our forefathers. That's what the Most High said He's the power of. And as I said, we have to study. We have to study to know the Most High, for Him to bless us. We have to follow His law, statutes, commandments. It's very, very important that you see this, because there's so many that are lost and come with all these different doctrines and many things to keep us divided amongst each other and from each other. Acts 7:38. This is He that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers, who received the lively oracles to give unto us. Our forefathers, who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's our forefathers. And our brothers and our sisters that was in the wilderness. This is where the church began. In the Old Testament it says congregation. Same word, same meaning as church, as we know it today. Congregation. Who was that congregation? Who was in the children? Who was in the wilderness? Who was the angel dealing with? Moses. It was an angel that spoke to him and gave him what? The word of the Most High, to whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts turned back again into Egypt. They turned back to Egypt instead of trusting in the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. No, they didn't want to do that. They said, get away from me. And they made a calf in those days. This calf took the place of the Most High and offered sacrifice unto the idol, and rejoiced in the works of their own hands. Rejoiced in this idol calf that they made. Not only that, but Jeroboam ended up making two calves for the northern kingdom that they were worshiping to take the place of the Most High. Dysfunctional family, that's what we are. Rebellious, but thinking you rebellious against each other, you rebellious against the Most High. Sad to say, but for real, for real. You think you're rebellious against each other, but you really rebellious against the Most High, who loved Jacob. And who are you not to love Jacob when the Most High said He loved Jacob? But our people will find any way and any means to go against Him. The Most High said in Exodus 34:17, thou shalt make thee no molten gods. So we shall make no molten gods. That's when He made a calf. So we ain't supposed, that's the law, we ain't supposed to do that. That's what they did. That's what they did. And the Most High was angry with Israel. Acts 7:42. Then the Most High turned and gave them up to worship the host of heaven, as it is written in the book of the prophets. O ye house of Israel, have ye offered to me slain beasts and sacrificed by the space of 40 years in the wilderness? Yeah, ye took up the tabernacle of Molech and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon. See? Made different kind of things to worship, you know. And let me say this here. Because the star that you're looking at in the sky is nothing but gas. You know, people be talking about this star is the hexagram, the 6-point star. They take anything that we have that's righteous or that is used in righteousness and make it wicked because they don't have any creativity. So they take whatever we use in righteousness and they read the Bible backwards, read opposite of what it says, do what the opposite of what it says. They take whatever we had that was righteous and make it evil. And that's what you're looking at. The main thing we can't do is worship nothing but the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, period. You know. And that's how we have failed. We have failed tremendously in not following the ordinance of the Most High. And we've been going through pre-Passover scripture when he said you're supposed to follow this in all your generations, all your habitations, everywhere we live. See, we had both the church and the state, the congregation and the state. You know, as a kingdom, it was for years we ruled in a system of judges, officer of 50, officer of hundreds, you know, thousands, etc. as such. Later we had a king. Moses gave us a king. King Saul, then King David. And we was mighty. I mean, we was powerful. All the nations knew about us as the Israelites, just like they know about us as Israel now. Except for we've been so, I mean, we the dead Israelites now. But we lively. We coming alive with the spirit of the Most High that's dwelling within us. Those that are lively, but those that are dead, you're still a dead Israelite. That's why they ain't concerned about the ones that they have dead in this dead spirit of not knowing who you are and not actually standing up for the Most High against the evildoers and workers of iniquity. He ain't dealing with you. You ain't, furthermore, you know, you ain't studying enough. You got to be in this word. This ain't no, you know, it's like almost like a social gathering. Like y'all want to make it a club or like a gang or something, brothers. Like you belong to me. We belong to Mashiach. 1 Corinthians 3:23 says, ye are Mashiachim. And Mashiach is the Most High. We Mashiachim. But brothers want to act like you belong to another man. Only man you belong to is Mashiach. Yahushua. It says in 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So that's why we deal with the precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Because of that fact. Don't get it twisted, man. That's what dividing means. That's how the Bible is broken down. So when you're getting all these precepts and topics and understanding, you never go through them, then how do you think the Most High is working with you? That's why you never have the answers, because you're not studying. You studying whatever you want to study, then how is it that you study what you want to study and you think you're going to make it from the aspect of what the Spirit has? We ask for the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit comes in our prayer. You're praying together. We praying together, and it brings what it brings, and then you don't even study it. You don't even go over it. Just what we say in the prayer. And you don't go over it, so how is it that you think that the Most High is going to actually bring forth His Spirit to dwell in you? And we all have needs. How you going to be blessed if you don't do what He say do? This is a vocation. This is a job. And the Mashiach Yahushua paid the highest price with His precious blood. That's why we're going over this Passover. He is the Passover. This is a very vital time of exaltation of Mashiach Yahushua. St. John 6:63 says, it is the spirit that quickeneth. St. John 6:63 say, it is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. So how you think that's contrary to the spirit of the Most High, which is in this Bible, every word of the Most High. He said, your flesh profiteth nothing. Don't mean nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. This is how you get the spirit. This is how you get the life. By the words that's being spoken. That's why he told us this in St. John 15:3. He said, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. That's how we be cleaned up. So we still dealing with pre-Passover. So let's go to Exodus, the 12th chapter. And look at this.
Q&A mode is on. Participants may now unmute themselves. Presentation mode is on. Only organizers can be heard.
Exodus, the 12th chapter. This is before we actually received the law in the wilderness. Exodus, the 12th chapter. And the Most High, Mashiach spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. This is the month that we're in now. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls, number of the people that his neighbor have. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. This is the first Passover. And your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. Therefore it could be sheep or goat. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And in the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. So we killed the lamb in the evening of the 14th day. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses wherein they shall eat. So we did. We took the blood of the lamb and put it on the side posts and on the top of the doorpost. So eat, it says, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. That's the meal right there. Roast the lamb, unleavened bread, with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water. Soaked in or boiled in water. But roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof, the whole lamb. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. So we can't really allow any of it to remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. You got to get rid of it. You have to get rid of it. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. Eat it in a hurry. It is the Most High Mashiach Yahushai's Passover. Yeah, that is his Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt, or the idols of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am the Most High. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. That's the Passover. When he see the blood, he going to pass over. All this symbolic for Mashiach Yahushai. When he see the blood, he going to pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. And ye shall keep it a feast to the Most High Mashiach Yahushai throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. That's what it says. Throughout the generations, we're supposed to keep it a feast forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. 7 days we got to eat unleavened bread. That's no bread without leaven in it. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. So you got to get rid of all the leaven in your house. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. That's serious. That's how serious this is. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. The first day, which is Passover. And in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, just like the Sabbath. Save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Meaning taking the preparation for the food. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, which this year it'll be the 12th of the first month, a bit, that we're in now. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. So we count, from the 14th day, which is actually the 12th day, 7 days more will be the 19th day. But it's really the 14th day when you look at counting from the new moon. That started the first day, 2 days prior to the beginning of this month that we in now, which will be 14 days while we are observing it on the 12th day of the first month of Bib. And we're refraining from calling on these days of the week and these months as the Most High told us to. And it's going to take time, but we gotta work that out. And amongst each other, we can do it. He told us this. In Exodus 23 and 13. Exodus 23:13. He said, in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, other idols, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. So that's something that he said that you can take lightly if you want to, but that's why he said he's going to put his laws in our hearts, in our inward parts, and in our hearts and our minds. So when we start looking at these things, then we're going to start, when you start applying these things, now you're one of his grapes. You're a plant. Remember we said let the multitude perish then? Let's get that. Let's get that because it's very important. In 2nd Ezra 8:22. 2nd Ezra 8:22. It says, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. So a lot of people were born, but they're born in vain. And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor, have I made it perfect. See, he's making us perfect. That's why when you look into, he said we ain't supposed to be dealing with naming these days of the week, which are idols. Greek gods, Greek idols, months, the months of the year that he have, Greek gods, Greek idols, European idols, idolatry, that we continue to say all the time. Most of us say we ain't supposed to let these things come out of our mouth. We don't have to. We say first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. We say first month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, sixth month, seventh month, 8th month, 9th month, 10th month, 11th month, 12th month, while we can. Or follow the names that the Most High called them from the Bible. They all have names. Like this month is called Abib. First month is called Abib. Why we can't call on our months and rehearsing the righteous acts as the Most High have us and had us doing of our ancestors. That's why it tells us. That's what we're doing here. We way back in Exodus 12 chapter. That's why he told us in Job 8:8. Why do you think he's saying this? Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. That's what we doing. It's an inquire of the former age. How are we going to know? How are we going to know who we are if we don't inquire, go back into our story, which is where? In the Bible. That's why we're reading the Bible. To go back to our heritage and to go back to our forefathers. That the Most High have. I mean, man couldn't do this. Most High made sure that we would have it. That's why it says in Deuteronomy 4:32. Deuteronomy 4:32. It says, for ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee. Hear that? Read it to you again. It says, for ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that the Most High created man upon the earth, and ask from the one side of heaven even unto the other, whether there have been any such thing as this great thing is, or have been heard like it. That's what he said. Acts. That's what he said. Did he ever people hear the voice of the Most High speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and lived? Or has the Most High essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Most High your power did for you in Egypt before your eyes? I mean, that's what we're inquiring about. How will we know about the Passover and what it's all about if we don't inquire about our ancestors? It says, unto thee, verse 35, unto thee it was shown that thou mightest know that the Most High, Wamashakashai, he is the power. There is none else beside him. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee. And upon earth he showed thee his great fire, and thou heardest his words out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out nations from before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in, to give thee their land for an inheritance, as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart. Consider this in your mind, that the Most High, he is the power in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. It's our power. That's our power. That's why we got to look at this sincerely and understand what he's saying in Jeremiah 31:31. Because we way back in Exodus 12th chapter. But he's still dealing with Israel. That's why it says it's a future prophecy. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come. That's the future, he's saying. The day's going to come that I will make a new covenant, a new contract, a new agreement with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, which covers all 12 tribes, because Israel represents the northern tribes and Judah represents the southern tribes, representing all 12 tribes of Israel. It says, not according to the covenant or the contract or the agreement that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, which contract or agreement that we have with the Most High, we broke it. How? I'm going to show you. Although I was an husband unto them, said the Most High. Daniel's 11 and 9. Daniel's 11 and 9. No, it's Salakia. Daniel's 9 and 11. Excuse me, I had it backwards. Daniel's 9 and 11. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. We sinned against the Most High. We did not follow his laws, his commandments. We broke the covenant with the Most High. We broke the agreement, the contract that he had with the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel at that. We didn't want to hearken to his voice, to do what he said, to be blessed. Therefore, the curses that he told us would happen to us from Deuteronomy 28th chapter, the 15th verse to the 68th verse, have only befallen the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 12, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem, upon us. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, who? The children of Israel. Yet made we not our prayer before the Most High our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. See? Understand his law, statutes, commandments, which is the truth. Didn't turn from iniquity. Didn't turn from doing wicked things. Kept on doing them. Just like they're doing now. Don't want to follow the laws of the Most High. Want to continue to do the things that they're doing. We ain't under the law. We under mercy and grace. Yeah, right. Therefore, this is what the Most High say. Therefore have the Most High watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. For the Most High, our power is righteous in all his works, which he doeth, for we obeyed not his voice. And now, O Most High, our power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that hath brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and have gotten thee renown as at this day. We have sinned, we have done wickedly. Therefore, he's in captivity. We're in captivity right now. Daniel's in captivity. Isaiah's in captivity. Ezekiel's in captivity. Daniel's in captivity. Everybody's in captivity. Mostly when you read the Bible. Under another nation for not following the laws of the Most High. He said he's going to do this. See, you think you're going to skate by and just do whatever you want to do and the Most High ain't going to deal with you? He's going to deal with you. Nobody escaped the judgment of the Most High. No one. See, Israel will think they're going to just do whatever they want to do. It's going to be all right. It's not going to be all right. Exodus 23 and 14. It says, 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days, as I commanded thee, in the time appointed of the month of Abib. That's the first month. For in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. So you ain't supposed to be coming to the Passover with nothing. And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in the year all thy males shall appear before the Most High power. Okay? So the male's supposed to be appearing before him 3 times in the year. Now, these days, these feast days that we're having, they're Sabbath days. We observe them just as we observe the Sabbath. It's very important that you observe them just as the Sabbath day. If you don't have to work, you shouldn't work. You should try and get off. You should know when these holy days come up so that you can, not have to work during the time appointed. It's very important. But, I look at people, they depend on someone else to tell them when they are. You can go to www.shieldofwisdom.com and you look on the corner, on the first page, say breaking news, and all the holy convocations and all the new moon dates are there. So there's no excuse. It's just, how much do you really want to do this? Don't blame someone else for your slothfulness, your laziness. Israel love to blame someone else. Better look at yourself. It's there. All you got to do is look at it. It's right there. So, when you look at Jeremiah 31:31. He said, behold, the days come, said the Most High, that I will make a new covenant, a new contract, a new agreement with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, all 12 tribes, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. That's what we're dealing with right now. Which my covenant they break. That's what I say, all Israel had transgressed the laws of the Most High. Although I was an husband unto them, said the Most High. But this shall be the covenant I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, said the Most High, I, that's the Most High, will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So now, how is it that you're going to be the Most High's people? And he say he's going to put this in our inward parts and in our minds when you don't study. For him to put it in your inward parts. For him to put it in your mind and you don't study. That's why 2 Timothy 2:15 says this. And we can't go there enough because it's got to penetrate into your mind so you realize how important this is. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. So you can't, nobody else can approve you unto the Most High. You got to study to show yourself approved unto the Most High. A workman, that means you got to be working. It take work. A workman that needed not to be ashamed. That's why a lot of you be ashamed because you don't know the word. You ain't studied it enough. Like you got hours of studies that you can study, precept upon precept. That's why I say, it says next, it says, rightly dividing the word of truth. Rightly dividing the law, which is the book of laws. But how you going to rightly divide it if you don't know how to go through the precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little as you getting it. And you don't even take the time to go over all the scriptures that you have been given. And you ask the Most High to send the Holy Spirit as we ask the Most High to send the Holy Spirit. He send the Holy Spirit, then you just disregard it. And you just do your own thing. Then when I ask you a question, you don't know how to answer because you're not studying what it is you've been given. You gotta want this. You gotta work at this. If you want it, you want to make it to the kingdom, you better hear what he's saying. Jeremiah 31. 33 again. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After these days, said the Most High, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. I mean, get Joshua 1:8. Joshua 1:8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then, hear that? So you got to meditate. The only way to meditate, you got to study to show yourself approved to the Most High. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. See that? It all flows together. Isaiah 34, 14. That's not what I want. Isaiah 34 and 16. Excuse me. Seek ye out of the book of the Most High and read. No one of these shall fail. None You hear that? None shall want her mate. You can't match any book with this. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. Gathered what? The words of this Bible. But you got to have faith for believing. You got to work. Like I said, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. So if you ashamed because you ain't studied. If you study, you won't be ashamed. You know how to rightly divide this word of the law, which is the truth of the Most High. It's very important, brothers and sisters. Very, very important that you see this. We coming up on the Passover. It's a new year. We have to start looking at change and becoming better so that we can be, better in the eyes of the Most High. That's what's very important. That's what's most important. To be approved unto Him. We have these holy days, and these holy days were really symbolic for Mashiach Yahushua. The Most High gave us 7 annual Sabbaths. That's why we are to observe them. That's why I say He's putting this in our inward parts and in our minds. But how is it in your inward parts if you don't even know the Sabbaths? The holy days that the Most High said to remember. Just 7 things. I bet y'all know when July 4th is. Bet you know when Christmas is, the day of Christmas. Bet you know when Halloween is. Easter varies, but you know when it's going to come up. Bet you that. What Sunday it's going to be. Easter. Or what first day it's going to be, Salakia. Because we're trying to stop saying these pagan days. But it's going to take time, as I said, I bet you know when Easter is. But you don't even know the last day of Feast of Unleavened Bread. Let somebody tell you. Or when the Passover is. Let somebody tell you. Or Feast of Unleavened Bread. First day of Feast of Unleavened Bread. Do you know how they coincide together? That just show you how, I looked up Edomanized. It said demonized. So you've been demonized with the wrong information. And not the information that we should be following. That's the information that the Most High gave us. This is holy convocations. And all these days were given to keep the 12 tribes of Israel in the true memory and worship of the Most High by keeping us constantly in the understanding of the Most High's great plan of redemption. All this was symbolic for Mashiach Yahushua coming to redeem us. Don't we need to be Passover? That's why he told us speaking of Passover, he told us in Isaiah 26. Look, Isaiah 26 and 20. See this Passover. It's a Passover right here. But it's a Passover for those that's going to be making it with a Mashiach Yahushua when he comes. It says, Isaiah 26 and 20 says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee." See, those that have been doing the laws of the Most High, applying them in their life, having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, say, come into your chambers. That's what we're looking for. Just like he put the blood on the doorposts in Egypt, and he passed by, kept them in their chambers. We as the Israelites, without having to deal with the death angel, Hamashiach Yahushua the destroyer, coming through, destroying all the firstborn of the Egyptians. Those that didn't do it, they got the same plague. Because he gave us instructions. That was the law. That was an ordinance. You didn't do it, you got the same thing. That's why he said, come, my people. Isaiah 26 and 20. Enter thou into thy chambers. It's for us. And shut thy doors about thee, just like they shut, Lord shut the ark. The ark of the, when the Most High rained 40 days and 40 nights. That ark door was shut. The doors of the chariots gonna be shut. That's why I say shut thy doors, because there'll be many chariots that's coming to redeem the children of Israel. Hallelujah. It says, shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. See? Overpassed. They're going to pass again. That's why overpass or pass over. What's the difference? It's still the same thing. Until he pass over with this indignation that he's bringing. Say, for behold, the Most High Mashiach Yahushua cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. He gonna keep coming out of the fourth dimension to come to this earth with 20 million angels to punish the people that have sinned against him. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. And you have the dead bodies to look at. Straight up. That's what he's saying. Where you gonna be at? Hopefully right here, to be able to be in these doors that's gonna be closed. Are we looking for that indignation that's coming? When the indignation come, that we can look at, okay, we there, you know, and be able to not receive of these plagues that's gonna come. That's what he's gonna say. Revelations 11 and 12. Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. The cloud is the chariots of the angels of the Most High that's coming back to redeem us. And their enemies beheld them. Our enemies going to be watching us, if it's the Most High will. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. There's going to be destruction on this earth. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted. Those, the remnant, are who? The ones that's going to be when he said close the doors. If it wasn't for just for a moment. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, which is a complete number of men. 7 is another completion. And the remnant, which is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's why it says, we got to shut them doors, the Most High will. While the indignation go overpass, as it says. That's why he said. Revelation 18. And 10. It says, these nations standing afar off for the fear of her torment, the fear of seeing America burn, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It'll take him 1 hour to destroy this place. That's why we got to prepare ourselves and take this as serious as possible and get more into this word so you understand what's going on here. Don't be caught off guard. Better hear what is being said. It's very, very important, people. See, these feast days, they have important symbolism and spiritual meanings that we're going to see as we go deeper into how this is spiritually relating to Mashiach Yahushua as the Lamb of the Most High and the things he would suffer, all of that. It's all there. And when you understand our nation, we have forgotten the laws of the Most High. We have been told that we don't have to follow the laws of the Most High. We are not honoring the true Sabbath of the Most High. How you should honor the Sabbath of the Most High. We're not eating the right foods. To be healthy. Taking all these drugs. That have side effects beyond imagination. I was reading the side effects through some medication that I received, and it was terrible. People said it causes hallucination, could cause suicide, cause you to want to commit suicide, having dreams, walking in your sleep. We ain't talking about no heavy drugs. We talking about something like inhaler. I'm like, what? Man, this place is, that's why he just said he gonna destroy this place in an hour. I mean, I see commercials where they said you take this medication for this particular problem. If it caused death, call this attorney. How you gonna call somebody that caused death? I mean, we in a wicked world. They practicing medicine. And most churches have went into idolatry, dealing with Semiramis and Nimrod. That's what they're getting ready to honor from the winter solstice to the spring equinox, coming into power during their so-called Easter, bringing in Ostereth. You know, like they had, like right now they're in the day of 40 days of Lent. They're operating under one day, because, see, when you understand the story, Semiramis and Nimrod, the myth is that she had, immaculate son by the name of Tammuz. That was supposed to be the sun idol, Nimrod's son. And Tammuz, he died at 40 years old. So when they celebrate Lent, they're actually giving a day to each day that he lived. And he was killed by a wild boar or a wild hog. That's why they have a honey glazed ham. And you're revenging his death by eating that honey glazed ham. When you eat that honey glazed ham, that's what you're doing. You're revenging Tammuz's death. I mean, this is deep when you look at it, and it's like this goes all the way back before Hamashiach Yahushua came on the earth. So you're looking at, they say Acts, the 12th chapter is supposed to represent Passover. They know what they were doing. They were following Easter. These heathen, these people that's not going to be following no Passover. They're going to be following Easter. Like they was following Easter. Wait until after Easter. Because they wasn't following the Passover. They was following Easter. This ain't nothing new. You think they just began celebrating this Easter when you were born or I were born? I don't think so. No. They were already doing that. That's why it's there in the Word. 2,000 years ago. They were doing it long before that. It goes all the way back to Nimrod, Semiramis. Had his name, a son named Tammuz, and our people was dealing with that wickedness. But they still doing it and not realizing they doing it. 40 days of Lent. What a dang on Easter bunny got to do with a Mashiach Yahushua? Will somebody tell me? What does a dang on Easter bunny have to do with a Mashiach Yahushua? You know, the Easter bunny always be a chocolate rabbit. Because Semiramis is Ethiopian and they're dark people. And what eggs? The eggs are supposed to be the fertility. The egg is the fertility power that comes in. That's why they have, if you look up in the Zon of Combat Bible Dictionary, you look up Osteref or Semiramis, you'll see, or even Diana, still representing Semiramis, still representing many different, the Queen of Heaven, that's still her. You see her with all these different breasts that represent fertility. What they got to do with Mashiach Yahushua? They say he died on Friday and rose on Sunday. You can count from Friday to Sunday. You get 3 days out of that, man. I'll close the book. You're not going to get no 3 days out from Friday to Sunday. It's all crazy. People don't even think about these things. Jelly beans. What they got to do with a Mashiach Yahushua? Easter egg hunts. Sunrise service. What's that dealing with Nimrod and Tammuz and so forth? Bringing in the spring god, Semiramis, or Queen of Heaven, Diana, whatever name you want to call her, coming into power from the winter solstice. A god of fertility. You hock all the spirits, man. But that's why people, they love to have it so. They love to have it so. And you're going to have it so. Sad, but it's true, y'all. That's why we got to come out of that. We got to come out of the ways of the heathen. And know that we have a power that loves us. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what he says. That's what we say his name is forever. Immemorial to all generations in Exodus 3:15 and 16. That's what Israel did, man. Sad to say. But we are caught up in the things that were abominable to the Most High. look at Ezekiel. Ezekiel the 8th chapter. Let's look at Ezekiel the 8th chapter. This is what Israel was doing. Bear with me. Ezekiel 8 and 14. It says, I'll start at 13. It says, he said, Ezekiel 8:13, it says, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination than that they do. Say, then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Most High's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. And that's what they were doing. Weeping for Tammuz. Who was Tammuz? Nimrod and Semiramis' son. Nimrod was Semiramis' son. So this son, so-called, had a son by his mother. Wickedness. Total wickedness. That's why this Easter, I'll cover a little bit on it, but, you know, it is what it is. It's a pagan. It's dealing with the pagan, bringing in the spring equinox power or idol for the people that deal on the left-hand side. Now, Jeremiah 31 and 34. Since the Most High say he's going to put these laws in our inward parts and in our minds, how are you going to do that? By you studying. But if you don't study, how are you going to bring it to you? That you're going to be able to know him. By studying his word. Verse 34, Jeremiah 31:34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Most High, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, said the Most High, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. That's what he said. And for all the New Testament buffs, go to Hebrews 8 and 8. Hebrews the 8th chapter, the 8th verse. For finding fault with them, finding fault with who's the them? The children of Israel. He said, behold. See, so that you know, it says, it says, now the things which we have spoken, this is a sum. In verse 1 of Hebrews 8 chapter. We have such an high priest, who was Mashiach Yahushua, who was set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in the heavens. So Mashiach Yahushua, a minister of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle, which is the most high pitched and not man. For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices, wherefore it is the necessity that this man have somewhat also to offer. He got Mashiach got to offer. As being a high priest, he got to offer sacrifice also. For if he were on earth, he should not be a priest, saying that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law on the earth. Say, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of the Most High when he was about to make the tabernacle for, see, said he, that thou make all things according to the pattern shown to thee in the mount. He told him you got to make everything the way he told him to make it, and don't deviate. But now has he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant or contract or agreement, which was established upon better promises. Right? This better covenant or contract or agreement was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. So who was the covenant given to? We already went there. Go there again. Psalms 105, 8 to 10. For the first covenant that we broke as the children of Israel. Therefore, that's why we reading in Hebrews 8 and 8 down. Psalms 105 and 8. He remember this covenant, which is a contract agreement forever. We're looking at who this covenant was given to so you can understand who it's talking about. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made, or contract or agreement he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. So now, let's go to Romans the 9th chapter, and verse 1 down, 1 to 5. Romans 9 and 1, because it said the promises. Let's see, Romans 9 and 1. I say the truth in the Mashiach Yahushua. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from a Mashiach Yahushua for my brethren, my kinsmen, that's his immediate kinfolks, his brotherhood of the 12 tribes of Israel, according to the flesh, not according to the spirit, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, got to be born in the flesh an Israelite. Listen at this closely. To whom pertaineth the adoption, that's us being adopted back to the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushua dying, his precious blood being shed for the children of Israel, and the glory of the kingdom that's coming to Israel, and the covenants, there it is, the covenants, who are Israelites, who the covenants was given to, the contract of agreements, and the giving of the law. He gave the law to Israel in Psalms 147, 19 to 20. And the service of the Most High and the promises, whose are the fathers, of whom as concerning the flesh, meaning born an Israelite, when Mashiach Yahushua came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever. Amen. So be it. So now going back to Hebrews, the 8th chapter, and the 7th verse, it says, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, finding fault with we, the children of Israel, he said, behold, the days come, said the Most High, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, covering all 12 tribes, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Same thing we read in Jeremiah 31 down. But we in the New Testament reading it now, not according to the covenant or the contract or the agreement that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, as we've been going over pre-Passover, because they continued not in my covenant. We didn't continue in the agreement or the contract that the Most High had with us, which was his laws, following his laws. And I regarded them not, said the Most High. That's why he gave us over to these other nations, going to captivity, slavery, and bondage. Say, verse 10, for this is the covenant or the agreement or the contract that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. There it is. But how he's going to do it if you don't study? And I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Most High, for all shall know me. All is a certain number. 1/3 of the 12 tribes, you're just going to know him from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquity will I remember no more. Hallelujah. In that he said, a new covenant he hath made the first old, Now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away. But you're not talking about the laws of the Most High. He's just talking about what he gave us of old. Because Hamashiach Yahushua brought in the new covenant. We're not sacrificing animals anymore. He's the ultimate atonement for our sins. That's what that Passover lamb is going to be about. And we're going to cover that more deeply on the Sabbath. So with that, I'm going to stop there so we have more to do and go over on the Sabbath day.
Conversation mode is on.
So,
everyone can now be heard.
Are there any questions? If not, then we'll set up the prayers.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Christians who bring up that Hebrews chapter 8, always talking about he made a new covenant because there was a fault in that first one. But they never really seem to examine the Hebrews 8 and 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
Right. It's not with everybody. And with the house of Judah. I mean, see, when you look at Israel and Judah, that represents the northern tribes and southern tribes. They don't understand that.